Hey guys, and welcome to 𝘨𝘪𝘵𝘶, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And have you ever wondered what it would be like to be one of the actors who plays an iconic character in a superhero movie, and what type of implications that would have in your own personal life if you were casted as such a character? It's definitely a really unique and interesting question, but it's something that we've seen a lot of the cast members from the DCEU talk about in the past, where we've seen actors who star in movies that take place based off of the DC comics. And it's really interesting whenever we get to see the interviews where these actors get to talk about what it's like for their children or other family members to kind of react to the real world fact that their family members are playing absolutely massive roles. And some of the interviews and stories that have been shared over the years from the DCEU have been incredibly interesting and funny at times. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this because it actually is really great. For instance, just to start things off, there was a ton of discussions online and just all over the place when it was initially announced that Ben Affleck would be joining the DCEU and would be playing Batman in the then upcoming film Superman v Batman: Dawn of Justice, and it was a huge deal. But one thing that was great was Ben Affleck elaborating a little bit on what this was like for his children and what happened and what was expected and maybe what wasn't expected.
My daughter came to me the other day. Some friends of mine went to this wax museum, I think it was in Vegas, and they had like a wax guy of me, and they had sent me the picture of them, like, you know, making faces, and she was like, "Dad, what is this?" And I was like, that's actually a wax dummy of me they do. And she was like, "Really? Why would anyone care enough about you to make a wax dummy?"
Time to go to bed, go to bed, time to go to bed.
He actually, not even kind of, he believes that I'm Batman. I've kind of set as sort of a trap for myself because I showed him some of the clips and the stuff, and I told him, yeah, you know, I'm Batman, and so now he thinks like his dad is Batman. You know, truly. And now when I go out of the house, he says, "Are you going to the Batcave?" And I have to tell him, "Yep, going to the Batcave." I'm sure that, you know, it's going to come back to haunt me when he's in therapy.
On the flip side of things, if we look to Wonder Woman starring Gal Gadot, we have noticed that there have been many instances where she elaborates a little bit on what it's like for her family. And she's even talked about how her daughter is proud that she is Wonder Woman. And we've even heard her talk a bit about what it was like filming while she was pregnant.
How old is your daughter?
5.
Does she know mommy is Wonder Woman?
She does.
Is she sufficiently impressed by that?
She's very proud.
She
I
is.
don't think she understands the concept of everything.
Well, who would, really?
And she
I
would
mean-
go to say, it's true, I don't either. But when we go
Wait
to
till she
the
sees
park...
mommy making out with Isla Fisher.
Oh,
She's
don't
really
No, the bump wasn't there because I was pregnant for the last 3 months of the shoot, so you start to show afterwards.
Yeah.
If
But
you're
you
gal.
just feel sick.
If you're gal.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I guess that they didn't. They adjusted. I got whiter. Never mind.
But what about, like, did you have morning sickness or anything? 'Cause
Yes, yes,
I would think that would be miserable.
Now, another thing that's really interesting is Dwayne Johnson is set to be the newest star in the DCEU, and he will be appearing as Black Adam in the future, which will be really incredibly exciting to see. But one story that happened somewhat recently, actually, was when Dwayne Johnson had his daughter react to a surprise video from Jason Momoa himself, the actor who plays Aquaman.
Look what Aquaman did to
I saw what Aquaman just did. Is Aquaman cool? Is he the coolest? Who's cooler? Daddy? Aquaman. He's pretty cool, right? I agree. I agree.
You look to me, and we can hang out in the ocean there, and I'll have a present for you and Jazzy, and all of us can get together and play, and maybe rock climb and go surfing, and I just want to say that I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I love you, and tell your papa that I love him too, and I will see you soon. Okay. Happy 3rd birthday. Hi, Jazzy. Good to you. I love you. Bye.
Yay!
Now, besides that last clip being really awesome, it is really interesting also to see how Jason Momoa really takes parenting seriously. He doesn't want to over-involve his children in the public eye, but he also does pick and choose what and how certain things could be approached. For instance, we've heard a story from Jason Momoa where he shared that his children were set to appear in the film. And it was really cool also to see one year Jason Momoa actually brought his kids along with him to Comic-Con, and he talked a little bit about that during an interview.
I really try to keep them out of this because I'm just Papa, so, but you know, they come with me on set and they see what I'm making and things like that, and I just want to bring them everywhere with me, but it's cool for them to experience this, you know what I mean? I'm proud it's a superhero movie. It's one of the only things they can watch. They're really close to like Gall's here and Ezra's here, so it's just like meeting up with everyone.
Wait, so did they see it at this?
No, we're gonna watch it together. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna watch it at the premiere with them.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
But yeah, they were really excited to be in it. I was like, don't be so excited to be in a movie. I'm like, you're not allowed to act. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
You're not gonna be an actor or an actress.
It was so cool though to see. It was so cool to see your family on set. Your kids just lit up. I mean, like, it's cool your dad and all, but they got to like...
It's like dream job.
Switching gears over to Superman himself, Henry Cavill's actually talked a little bit in the past about what it's like playing this character, because apparently at one moment, Henry Cavill's very own nephew ran into some problems when his teacher didn't believe that his uncle played Superman. And it just is this really hilarious story.
What do the girls think? And will you be sad if they like Superman better?
I think the girls are they're into it, but they're not. They're little. My oldest daughter's like a super Harry Potter nut, so she's wanted me to be in. Like, I'm like, I didn't have the option to do a Harry Potter movie. You know what I mean? This is what I could.
A good story. My nephew Thomas, he went to school one day, and it was talk about your family day, and he was telling all the school kids that his uncle was Superman. And of course, the teacher then said, Thomas, we don't lie in school. We don't do that. Sort of, I appreciate good storytelling, yes, but it's not a good habit to get into. We don't encourage our children to tell lies in school.
Do your kids understand? Yeah, like, do they know about you and Jen? Do they understand what you guys do for a living? Or does Samuel just think you're Batman?
They definitely understand about, like, they're 7, 10, and 4, and they understand about, like, going on set. They've been on a million of Jen sets and my sets, and we typically will take them to the other person's set and kind of hang out at Video Village and sort of manage them, because eventually they run out of patience, and then they just, like, you know, then they start to become like a distraction for everybody.
Then during the filming for that first Superman movie, we actually heard from Amy Adams that her daughter apparently crushed on Henry Cavill pretty heavily. And while the story is pretty funny, apparently this led to some issues with Amy Adams later on, where she now says in interviews that she has to maybe run some stories by her own daughter before she decides to share them in interviews. We'd like to think that these two moments are maybe related.
She loved just like staring at Superman.
She met him when she was a year and a half. She hates that I tell this story. She touched his booty when he wasn't looking. She just reached out. And he was like, your daughter? And I'm like, yep. Yeah. He's like, you train her to do that?
But first, we wanted to give a quick reminder. We do have a really awesome Instagram page that updates you guys on everything happening Marvel immediately. So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, check it out, link in the description. There's also a ton of really awesome memes and other things that are posted on there. So make sure you guys are following that page. And let's go ahead and jump into this story. So what did you guys think of all of these moments where we get to see what it's like to maybe be one of these mega actors who play these iconic roles, and almost what some of the reactions are amongst their own family members? Because obviously there's a ton of attention, and these characters are huge icons in not only pop culture, but the film industry and beyond that. So it is really interesting to see kind of the human side of things and appreciate these actors for all the hard work they put in, but also how they make light of this moment. Obviously, there's probably a lot of stressful things that go into being an actor of such caliber, but it seems like they all handle it with stride, and it's something that's really a thing to respect, and that's something that is awesome. But what do you guys think of today's video? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this uploaded every single day of the week. That's it for today, though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.